Yeah. All the way to the end. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 1.
Well, in middle school, I was having a really hard time with the teachers. I mean, I was getting good grades, but I didn't really like the way that they were teaching and how I couldn't really be friends with my teacher. I couldn't talk to them. So I started looking at other high schools that I could go to, and then I found A3. And I heard that there was like every class was taught with 2 teachers. I was like, oh, really? Because then I could spend more time actually learning.
There's a lot going on, which is one thing that I love about teaching here, is that there's constantly something changing, someone's creating a new project, some other teachers doing something. So students are kind of in and out of classes sometimes. But it's good because they're all involved, and I know that if I want to involve students in other projects, I have the freedom to do that.
Well, before I came here, I was, so surprising, a really quiet person. I was really scared to talk to people, and I came to A3 and they really forced me out of that, because you can't do that here. You have to be able to talk to people and advocate for your own needs and other things. You can't sit by quietly and let things happen. It's a school for people who are having a hard time with the public education system. So like sitting in a classroom with a person sitting at the front of the room just talking for 30 minutes isn't the best way for some people to learn things. If you go to A3, you have an hour-and-a-half long classes with 2 teachers in the room. And then you figure out what your learning style is, and the teachers try to mold around that so that you can have the best learning experience that you can get, so that you can learn more and you can be more prepared for places like college and things like that. So that's what A3 does.
Whenever you're singing a chorale style thing? The biggest difference, though, I think, teaching here as opposed to other schools, one is the student population, and because the school focuses so much on community and a lot of positive aspects of diversity, it draws a pretty diverse crew of people into the school, so you get to work with a lot of different students.
We have a thing that we do at the school. It's called Headwaters. We take 3 days at the beginning of the year and we go out to like a campground, a campsite. We take the entire school and we go camping for 3 days. There's one evening that is dedicated to student performances. And the choir teacher really liked my voice, was like, do a solo piece to like represent the whole music category. And I was like, oh, okay. Took the time and I closed my eyes while I was singing. And when I opened them, everyone had their arms up and they were waving, and a few people had like the fake lighters on their phones and were waving them around. And after I got off the stage, I looked at the choir teacher and I was like, this is what I want to do.
But the students, they're really driven, and I push them with different kinds of music. So I think the diversity of tunes, the amount of music, and how much they're learning quickly, they kind of have to be invested just to stay afloat. So I hope that's part of it. They seem to be into it, and they care. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Good, now, swell, each one, right? Whoa, right, filter.